Warning, this podcast contains spoilers.
And zombies.
And zombies. What's up, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the As Seen on TV podcast for Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Season 3, Episode 10, Maveth. Also, this was the midwinter finale. I'm your host, Mike, and joining me are Clio.
Hello.
And Rachel.
Hello.
And Erika.
Hi.
Hi. So this was an episode.
This was an episode. Yeah, this was an episode.
We have things to talk about.
Oh my god. Where to start?
I planned this out at the beginning. We're going to start... This episode took place in two parts. On Earth and on the alien planet, which we're just calling Maveth for now. Because...
It's Tatooine! Sorry.
Yeah.
Thank you, thank you, Coulson, for the Star Wars reference.
It's the wrong color temperature for it to be Tatooine.
Also, Tatooine, it's suns, not planets.
I just thought that was hilarious.
Well done, Coulson.
No, definitely desert world.
So we're going to start with the shit that happens on Earth, because that's let's batshit insane. And it'll be easier to talk about. And then we'll move on to the alien planet. So, on Earth, Mac is left with the tough task of being good director, not getting his people killed, infiltrating a heavily guarded Hydra castle, and saving the day.
And telling people to shut the fuck up.
And telling people, he did that, I think, 2 or 3 times this episode.
Yep.
Well, we've said it before. He's the realest motherfucker on this show.
He really is, and it's very obvious from this episode that he's not a field agent.
He's just a mechanic. Not that he's just a mechanic, but...
That's his thing. That's his game.
Yeah, that was his thing. His wheelhouse was just that.
I mean, like... There's a dozen heavily armed Hydra agents between here and there. Got it. Walks up. Are we supposed to wait here or go help her?
I like that.
Like, he just didn't know what to do.
Yeah.
Well, she just took off. She just was like, alright.
Well, the field work he's been doing has been with Skye.
Yes.
He hasn't done really anything with May on the field. So, he's not used to how she just does
That
things.
wasn't May. That was,
Bobby.
May?
Bobby.
Remember,
Oh, that was Bobby. Oh, sorry. Yeah.
May went with the 3 Power Rangers.
Yeah, okay. Right. He called them the Power Rangers.
This
I love
episode
that.
was full of goofiness.
Oh my God.
Alright.
And I loved it.
You're with the Power Rangers. Okay.
okay, fine, sure.
Yeah. Speaking of the Power Rangers, Joe discovers that he is bulletproof. And as soon as he said that, he's not bulletproof, but when, the bullets melted and just splattered on his clothing, which... I don't know if his
physics?
I don't know if his melting metal heats it up like it's supposed to, but I could tell you this, that hot liquid metal flying at bullet velocity is still going to pierce you.
Right.
And it's going to kill you. Likely.
Physics.
Anyway.
He slows it down sometimes.
Maybe he cooled it off. He melted it and then cooled it off.
Maybe he has like a force field around him that if any metal gets within distance, it slows it down and melts it.
However it works, he melted it. He was all happy. He's like, I'm bulletproof. And I'm thinking, knowing Joss Whedon, this man is dead in the next 10 minutes.
I like Joe. I like Joey. He's like, he's just so like down to earth. He's like a little kid. He's so happy about things.
Yeah, in that mission rundown, he's like, he just going over the steps. He's like, sorry, new guy, first mission.
Yeah. He's very season 1 Skye.
Yeah.
He is very season 1 Skye. Very much so.
And
he's just
like,
he's cute.
Yeah.
Not like cute, like cute. But
he's like, okay, we come up with a plan. That plan goes to shit, and we come up with a new plan.
This is the part where the plan goes to shit.
Yeah, this is the part where the plan goes to shit.
yeah.
Yeah. So, brain. Where do I go? Simmons escapes using the appropriate timing of Lincoln shutting all their power down, she escapes and runs into a caged Andrew. And, he gives a pretty good speech, like, I'll never hurt you, which, you know what, I think is kind of true, because Simmons isn't going to try to hurt him, and she's not inhuman.
Yeah, I knew it was true.
Like, in that case, it's true, yes.
She didn't really have a choice. She really didn't have a choice.
Right? It was either...
She did. She was doing just fine.
Well, there was no way out of that room, and the guards were searching it. So it was either let him out, or she gets discovered.
I'm a big fan of Gemma shanking people, though. Like, she just has, like, that knife made of wood that she, like, just...
No, I don't think...
made of, even.
I don't no clue.
You would think she
starts cutting her way out, and it's like, she's got a shiv!
You would think she would, upgrade to something a little better than a wooden carved shiv, but...
No, but that's probably why it didn't get taken from her, because it was made of wood.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
There is that.
Because it wasn't just a knife.
Mm-hmm. So Andrew gets out, murders, saves Simmons, and then proceeds to stay behind and murder all the Inhumans that are just in storage there.
Why did they... It's so weird. They did it up close of...
The names.
The two of the names.
One of the names was Gray. The last name was Gray.
Gray. And one was Ramirez.
I didn't even pay attention.
Yeah.
The Gray caught me because of Jean Grey, and it spelled like her name. But it wasn't. The first name wasn't Jean. It was a man's name. I can't remember what it was. Probably unimportant and not related, but still.
But that's just kind of weird. How can it be not important if they, like, zoomed in on it or something? I don't know. Maybe they're just showing that it doesn't have life force. I don't know if that's just kind of weird.
It might also be just to try to humanize, like, this is a person with a name.
This is a person with a name. And they're now dead.
And they're now dead?
Yep. But after all the shit goes down, they find themselves locked in the portal room, which Joey happily helps reinforce the barricades. Hydra's trying to break in, and
May's not there.
Well, May shows up, and Mac makes an executive decision. Everybody get the fuck out.
And they try to override him. I think they don't think of him as the sort of the boss type. He's one of the people. He's one of them. He's one of the So he had to basically tell him to shut the fuck up and listen to me now.
Yeah, exactly. And
especially Sky, who's
Sky
running missions by his side this whole time.
Right, and she gave the good point. He's like, okay, Sky stays, everybody out. Everybody go. Bye. And gives the order if Hydra gets in here, or if anybody but Fitz comes out of there, blow this place to hell.
Mm-hmm.
Which almost happens.
Yeah, yeah.
And I was like, as soon as that happened, I'm like, oh my god, now what? And then, they're taking off in, like, the escape cell, and I'm like...
It's an escape pod!
Like, why did you do that to us? What the hell?
You know who all is going to be in it.
Yes. And now, we're done with Earth, and on to the other planet, which was the juicier part of this
really
episode.
All on Earth? I mean...
I guess you could say there was more tidbits in between, and the very end, which we'll talk about. But
later.
For now, on to the other planet, which has Fitz, leading the party as it seems to get to the the extraction point where the portal's going to appear. He tries to pull a gun on Ward, like pull Ward's gun out and shoot him, which, I mean, come on, Fitz, think ahead. That's not going to work really well. Like, great, you're going to kill Ward, they're going to kill you, everybody's trapped on that planet, and Simmons is going to die anyway. Well, as far as he knows.
As far as he knows, yeah.
Not exactly going to work. And, alright, I'm just... Saves Will. Well, he finds Will. Convinces Ward not... Finds Will. Saves Will. Will takes him to the no-fly zone, as he calls it. Dust Storm kicks up. Will goes fucking, urban commando. Well, not really urban commando. He goes commando and murders half of them. They escape. And then it's like they're walking by this lovely city, and it's the way he's saying that. I'm like, wait, Will, how do you know this? You're not even a sciencey nerd type. How do you know this?
I knew something was up when Fitz offered him his goggles, and he's like, I'm used to it. But he wasn't used to it before.
I didn't notice that either.
And I also thought something was weird because he's bleeding and Fitz is bleeding, and the thing smells blood.
And it's nowhere around.
It's nowhere around. So that was another odd thing.
The waiting game.
But this whole... Oh, yeah, there were 9 cities on this planet originally. Like, great, only 9 cities on one planet must not be a very big place, but... whatever. Digressing. They were advanced. They had unresolved issues. They wound up destroying themselves. How do you know this? Because I was there.
They looked at his leg.
Like, while he's looking at his leg, and it's just,
there was no flesh on his leg at all.
No bone. There was no muscle, nothing. It was just like hollowed
just the
out.
bone.
Yeah.
Yeah. So...
Fitz puts 2 and 2 together.
It hijacked Will's body.
Now, well, up until this point, we assumed it had shape-shifting abilities. Yeah, that's the word I'm looking for. It's not working tonight for some reason.
What are words?
I mean, what did we assume based on the episode with Simmons trapped on the planet? The thing can summon dust storms, it can rearrange the terrain of the planet, it can take on multiple forms, and it drives people insane.
Right.
But now we find out that it's a parasitic worm. We don't know the extent of its powers. I have questions.
Well, we know that Will died
So
saving Gemma, so...
And what was the figure we saw in the dust storm?
Like, what was that cloaked, shrouded figure? Was that just a long dead corpse? I mean, obviously the astronaut was.
Probably, if I had to guess. Or he just put himself in a cloak.
That. Yeah. And, I mean, between Fitz and Coulson, they put how many bullets into it, and then Fitz gets the brilliant idea, I'm going to set him on fire.
No, it was just Fitz that was shooting at it. Coulson was too busy beating up Ward.
When they first arrived, Coulson put 2 bullets in him when he saw him attacking Fitz.
That's true.
And then he got up and Fitz, took it from there. So, okay. Coulson versus Ward. I love it. I mean, Coulson goes full on fucking dark side here.
Yes, he did. He is one with the dark side.
Like, he fully embraced,
well, come on now. He lost an arm. Of course he went to the dark side.
Yeah, he lost an...
age flow through
Jesus Christ. He lost an arm. Reference Tatooine. He just went... He let his vengeance consume him. I mean, Ward is down. No longer a threat here.
And he didn't shoot him.
Right. He is no longer a threat here. He's down. Really, you could just walk away, go through the portal, and leave him there.
I seriously thought he was going to rip his heart out, and I was like, that's a little much for ABC.
Coulson.
Yeah, I was leaning towards that at first. I mean, I keep wishing that Coulson would just point a finger and a laser would shoot. The laser finger joke.
Yeah.
It's not a joke. There is a laser in there. No, but he just, crushes Ward's chest, caves it in, and just slowly and painfully.
Very, very Sith-like, really.
They
Realistically.
gave me exactly what I wanted.
And then he leaves the hand. And
it was the dead hand.
It was
so symbolic.
Like, I crushed him with this hand, and the hand is going to stay here.
The deed's going to stay here. It's not going to stay here, but, that was
It didn't stay there.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't stay there. Apparently the worm crawled out of the dead Will and into the dead Ward. Yeah. And now zombie Ward shows back up. Cuts Malik off while Malik's driving. So clearly, here's what we know about this worm. It obviously takes on the memories of whoever it inhabits because it knew everything about Fitz.
Yeah.
And apparently it knew enough about Ward to track down Malik.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
As soon as it got in there. So does it have the power to alter the landscape like it did?
Was that something else?
Was that something else? Did it cause all that? did it cause all that desolation? The popular theory going around right now is that the creature is the Hive from the comics, which the Hive was a genetically engineered Hydra experiment. It was a amorphous, like a humanoid-shaped mass of individual parasites that, I mean, there could be more than one of them.
Yeah. There was that giant, Hydra symbol in the desert.
There was that big-ass Hydra symbol in the desert. They said this, planet was fairly advanced. They wound up destroying themselves. Who's to say that they wound up, thousands of them didn't wind up infected by parasitic worms?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I had a theory and then immediately dismissed it, but I might as well say it out loud just in case. What if whatever Inhuman could do the storms and control the planet or whatever, the worm took over that Inhuman. Like, that Inhuman died, the worm took it over. Mm-hmm. That's how he was able to do the storms. But then while he was in the head of Will, the storm happened anyway, so that's why I dismissed it. But I just want to say it out loud in case it made any sense to anyone else.
The whole episode with Simmons, it seemed like the storm was related to that thing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So can this parasitic worm control dust storms? Or is there something else?
I don't know.
Lots and lots of questions. Or are the dust storms just completely coincidental and the worm decides I'm going to have some zombie fun in the middle of these dust storms?
They might make the dust storms to hide themselves.
And how did it make the canyon bigger?
I don't know, because if it made the dust storms, then it's able to change the terrain.
Yeah, terrain. Yeah.
There are too many unanswered questions. Damn it.
Well, we need exposition. We just need the Kree Captain Marvel to come to Earth and be like, these are the answers to all of your questions.
Which is not gonna happen.
Not gonna happen, but that's what I want.
I'm surprised they haven't gone back to the Kree that was on Earth and asked him about this planet.
Oh, he's off in space doing shenanigans, right?
No, he's still...
I thought Sif took him back to Asgard.
Yeah, well, he's on Asgard.
Did he? No, because they showed him the monolith.
No, that's the Asgardian.
Asgardian, sorry.
Yeah.
The Asgardian, sorry.
He's the one who's trying to destroy all possibilities of a portal to Earth.
I'm surprised they haven't talked to him about the planet.
The guy from Warehouse.
Yeah, I'm surprised they haven't talked to him about it.
The Kree was the guy from Warehouse 13.
Yeah. I thought he got away.
Did he get away, or did Sif take him back to Asgard?
What, the Kree?
Yeah.
The Kree got taken back, but I'm talking about the Asgardian.
Yeah, you're talking about the Asgardian, the one who's hiding on Earth. Mm-hmm. Why? Okay. That fucker raises more questions. Like, why the fuck is he hiding?
They did ask him in the beginning of the season.
Yeah, they did ask him. They did ask him. They asked him about the monolith. But now that they've been there and back, I'm surprised they haven't asked him about, because he seems like he knows more than he's letting on. Like, he knows.
Yeah, he sort of said he didn't want anything to do with the monolith.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he was curious, but then at the end of the day, he was like, this is kind of, I don't want to be involved in...
I think he knows more, and I'm surprised they haven't. They might bring him back.
Yeah.
It's not like he's doing Ghostbusters 3 or something.
So, more Fitzsimmons drama in the future, it seems. Simmons sees they're all back, except for Will. And she, embraces Fitz because, she still loves Fitz as well. And then, Coulson's hugging it out with May, and Fitz and Coulson's eyes meet for a second, and just... Nah. Like, Fitz is just giving him a look like, dude, what the fuck? And Coulson's just giving him a look back like, what?
But, and Skye and Lincoln, time.
Yeah. But I think the look from Fitz was, dude, you cut it too close. You didn't have to go that far.
And the look from Coulson is just like...
Lay off, man.
Like, I did what I had to.
Mm-hmm.
And then...
He did what he wanted to.
Zombie fucking Ward appears in the last 30 seconds.
It's more like body snatchers.
Body snatcher Ward.
He's like worm infested.
Yeah,
he has ringworm. Tapeworms.
And it wasn't until Clio said it that I agree. Killed Ward, kept the actor.
It's exactly what I wanted.
Merry Christmas.
This is every time, Ward got shot at, I'm like, shoot him in the face! Why is he not dead?
Well, and also,
I think the actor's phenomenal.
Yeah. And obviously Malik, or whatever his name is.
Gideon Malik.
Malik, that's it. As soon as he saw him, he was like, oh yeah, he knew it wasn't Ward. He knew that was not Ward. Of course, what the worms crawling Ward. Yeah.
So now here's the thing: is that worm an Inhuman?
Yeah. Didn't they say it was?
I mean, well, that's what they said, that an Inhuman was born, who could, with the power to control, to rule the planet. Now here's the thing: first off, Inhumans start off as people who undergo teragenesis. So you're going to tell me that this guy underwent teragenesis and mutated into a foot-long slug?
That would be the most horrible transformation ever.
Yeah.
That'd be pretty... That would explain why he's, fucked up in the head.
Mm-hmm.
Or he mutated and the slug was inside of it. Like, he was part of the slug. And then when that body died, the slug could move on.
Or he was made up of thousands of them, which I really like that idea.
Or that.
Oh, I'm sorry, this is just giving me heebie-jeebies.
Yeah, no, the next half of the season is just going to be full of
the power to rule the planet. How better to rule the planet than to take over all of its inhabitants?
Jeez.
And can it control the living, or is it just the dead? Does it need an empty shell?
It probably needs an empty shell, if I had to guess.
I think so too, because at first when I was like, at the end of the episode, I thought, it didn't matter if Coulson killed Ward or not. The thing probably would have just killed him and whatever. But it seems like it needs to be a dead body.
Right.
That's why
if Coulson didn't kill Ward, the thing would have been stuck in the planet.
And my whole thing is, at first, that look that Fitz and Coulson exchanged. I'm like, I'm waiting to see the worm crawling onto one of their skins.
I thought it was
I hope to
be Coulson. I thought it was going to be Coulson, but I don't know. My theory is if that's why it smells blood, because usually if things are bleeding, they're going to die soon.
Is that? That's a very good idea.
Yeah, if it was in the body of someone who could control the weather and the terrain, then it would use that to kill the people and take the bodies if they needed.
And they needed Will because they had. I think they had a feeling that this is going to come back.
Yeah,
they're going to come back.
So
playing the waiting game.
Now comes the second half of the season, which isn't going to be for a while. They're going to be filling the gap with Season 2 of Agent Carter, which is actually extremely exciting because they said that wasn't happening. A while ago, they're like, oh, no, Agent Carter Season 2 is not going to happen. Then all of a sudden, it's like, due to popular demand, Season 2 of Agent Carter is going to totally happen.
They never said it wasn't happening. They were just taking their time with greenlighting it.
Mm-hmm.
I knew. I had a feeling it was
There were a number of things, short shows that aired in, January and on winter breaks. Agent Carter and Gallivant being the two big shows, and I was like, there's no way that Season 2s of these are happening, I think. And then all of a sudden, both of them are back. I'm so fucking excited. Anyway, there's really not much to talk about this episode, more about this episode, except for the fact that what are they going to do when we come back from the break?
Worms.
Wards.
What do you mean?
Worms. All the worms.
Wormwards.
I think they're going to also be hunting down if May. I don't know. They didn't say what she did or if she even saw Andrew.
It didn't seem like she saw him. It seemed like he killed the Inhumans and ran.
I mean, I would have liked it if something one of these Inhumans did sparked, the lead up to Civil War.
I mean, I think that's what it's going to be.
Well,
or at least it's going to be a factor in the...
A factor, yeah, because if you watch the trailer for Civil War, it seems like it's all centered around Bucky at the moment.
Yeah.
Good.
But May has been known to keep secrets. But, we don't know. I think they're going to have to track down Andrew again.
Yeah.
So...
I think so too.
If he's still alive.
He's still alive.
If May didn't put him down and just not tell anyone.
I think we would have been able to tell if she'd put it.
I don't know. She's pretty good at keeping secrets.
It's very possible. I don't know.
She's good at keeping secrets, but we're the audience.
And they don't let us know everything. I say that if they don't want us to know yet, they won't let us know. They won't even hint about it.
But May also has a different way that she is around people when she's hiding very specific emotions.
True.
Well, she's like, I didn't. Andrew, when did you kill him as Andrew? As a thing. Well, I don't think there's even that.
Yeah.
They're one and same now. He seems he can control it a little more now, but.
Lincoln said there's no transforming in humans. Like, he's going to permanently stay that way.
Sooner or later, yeah. Whether or not he's stuck that way now, we don't know. Either way, we know what he looks like.
Mm-hmm. Well, they brought up the fact, like, why was Sky's mother afraid of that monolith? Was it because she knew that this Inhuman was on the other side of the portal, I'm guessing?
Well, I'm guessing a lot of them knew because, if Hydra knew, there had to have been more than just... If Hydra knew, she probably knew because she got taken in by Hydra.
Oh, yo, what if the Inhuman and the Slug went through together? Like, what if the Inhuman that could control the weather, or the storms and the planet, had the Slug in him when they put him through the portal? And, like, the Slug was Hydra's experiment, and the Inhuman came from the Inhuman colony. That would explain why Sky's mom knew about it.
Either that or the Slug was just a really heavily mutated Inhuman.
That too.
Yeah, we don't know. So there's people have known more than they're leading on. I have a feeling we're going to be seeing some either flashbacks of maybe Sky's mom and Hydra or something, or
more aliens,
or people we haven't seen from a while coming back.
Works for me. Anything else?
More aliens.
Anything else besides that?
Oh no, just waiting.
Yeah, it's just the waiting game.
It is. Winter break is almost as bad as the whole fall,
Yeah. So.
Okay, we have Agent Carter.
We have Agent Carter
to carry us over.
They're going to Hollywood!
Yay!
All right, then. I like it. So, that is that. Damn it, Gildart's in chat. This episode felt a little sluggish to me. God damn it. Erika, where can they find you? Before he says another pun that melts my eyeballs.
Is his puns worming their way into your brain?
God. I will turn this podcast around. I swear.
He'll make me turn this podcast.
All right, back to where we were. Erika, where can they find you?
Pretty much everywhere at Erika Reigns.
Indeed. Rachel?
They can find me on Twitter at Savannah17 and on Twitch at Savannah.
Awesome. Clio?
They can find me at Cliomoto on the socials and on Twitch at the Cliomoto.
Double awesome. You can find me on Twitter at Thilladrin, right there. You can find all of us on Facebook, Gmail, Google+, MySpace, Twitter, and YouTube at ASOTV Podcast. You can follow us there for some more podcasts for some of your favorite TV shows. If you're watching live, Supernatural is next week. And we will be doing American Horror Story in 20 minutes. Catch you later.
Bye-bye.
Bye.